Welcome back to Backyard Cars. And today we're going to try and do some carburetor refreshening on a Holley for the Malibus. And maybe try to tackle some of that rust around do some really shoddy rust repair work around the top of that there windshield. So, get your popcorn and a tall glass of iced tea. Here we go. We're going to refreshen on this 2-barrel 2300 series. I think it's Circle Track Professionals carburetor that we're going to stick on the Malibu because, well, the electronic Rochester that's on there is, well, it's got map sensors and fuel electronic stuff I don't like, and it's not right, and I don't feel like dealing with it. So eventually we're probably going to a carbureted V8 anyhow, so why not just throw the Holley on there now and see what, see if we can't get rid of all that junk. And we're not rebuilding this. I mean, some people would say this is a how-to on rebuilding a Holley, but we're not. We're just gonna freshen it up, kind of clean up some junk, replace a couple gaskets, and stick it back together. And that's where we're at. Not a how-to, just how I'm going to, apparently. So we're gonna dig right in. Taking off the bowl, and I did, don't get me wrong, I'd already loosened this about a week ago when I checked to see how nasty it was inside of it. And it ain't too bad, so that's what I'm saying. We'll just freshen on her a bit. Good gaskets, make sure we clean out the junk and roll with it. I mean, why not? Why do things we don't have to? That's pretty easy. A meter and block and a float bowl. And I think I got some of this stuff. I mean, I don't know. If she's running rich, you just change on those jets. I mean, that's pretty much all I'm taking apart, I think. I don't know, I might replace that gasket right around the base of the throttle bar, or throttle plate. Let's just see where we get, So, in some of my previous videos, I've had a lot of good comments, and, some trolls. And I wanted to address this, because I've heard it a bunch now, and, well, it's just time to address on it. I've heard a lot of people saying and commenting about how I'm, like Vice Grip Garage. And I guess, we're similar. A lot of similarities. Maybe I'll go through some of those. I work on cars, he works on cars. My name's Patrick. His name is Derek. Rick. They both end in Rick. That's pretty close. I'm married to a Jessica. Been married to a Jessica for 21 years. Well, that guy's married to a Jessica. Pretty similar. But I think he's got a lot of money and I don't. So I think that's where the similarities end. Besides the fact that we both, tinker with junk. I don't know what else you could say about it. I don't do how-to videos. I don't think that fella does how-to videos either. But what I can say is I do. If you feel like I remind you of Vice Grip Garage, I guess I'll take that as a compliment. It's a good program. Well, not so much now that all the fancy stuff's going on. It was good when it was you know, fixing on cars and fields. That reminded me of every other, shade tree mechanic. But he's done a lot of fancy things lately. And, well, I don't have the funds for the fancy things. But, you know, good program. I follow him. You probably should too. It's a good channel. Oh, directions. I don't. I got the cheap one, by the way. I mean, of course I did. I always buy the cheap stuff. I should probably have the right size wrenches for all this, but I don't. I mean, I do. They're just not sitting over here because I didn't feel like getting them. I guess I better see what I got in my kit before I just start dismantling everything, because I might not have half of this stuff. I should, but probably not. Oh, I wonder what Derek's doing right now. It's Tuesday? Oh, power tour. Yeah, we were going to go to power tour, but my budget wouldn't let me. I could have made it to Atlanta, but then I would have had to been back here for work. What a shame. Work, I hate that stuff. Maybe if I had one of them 3Ms things, it'd be a little easier. Maybe even a razor blade. You know, I say I don't know what I'm doing, but I got a good idea, you know? I have been working on cars my whole life. I'm in my 40s, guys, mid 40s. We're not going to be exact, because who cares? So I got some years under the belt of improper, mechanicking. But I don't like doing how-tos. I don't like to tell somebody else how you should be doing it, because everybody's got their own tricks. And if it works, well, it's a good idea. If it works, it works. So who am I to tell you it ain't right if it works? And I really don't mind constructive criticism. You know, I'm cool with that. Everybody has their own opinions. But fellas, don't be trolls. I mean, why troll? It doesn't make you look good. It's like the guys who have no car. They walk to the car show and then they criticize all the cars at the car show. But you don't have a car, so why are you being a hater? I'm just saying. A little bit of class goes a long way. If I did how-tos, well then, you would say, oh, you trying to be Uncle Tony? And I assure you, I'm not. It's just like we're going to do some very shoddy body work. And I wish Kiwi was here to do it for me, because, well, I feel more confident in him. But I couldn't afford that fella. So, and when I go to doing the body work, I'm sure some keyboard mechanic or keyboard internet warrior is going to say, you trying to be Kiwi's Customs? Nope. Just trying not to spend the money. If I can do it myself, well, if I can try to, maybe it works. Besides, I can't do any more damage to it. It's already leaking water everywhere. Worst case scenario is it stops leaking water. There's a lot of good channels out there. And no matter what I do, I'm sure somebody would say you're trying to be this guy or that guy, because I'm new to the tubes. Well, not new to the tubes. I'm new to my channel on the tubes. And I created this channel not even for people. My son encouraged me to post the videos so that everybody could see the cars being worked on, in case we wanted to sell them or whatever, you know. We didn't have to keep a booklet of receipts to show all the, you know, not so good stuff we did to them. You could just see it. You just say, you can go to YouTube and see it. It's like home videos for the world. This gasket is just going to fight me all the way around. Inside, outside, every gasket in this thing. I don't think they've been changed since this carb was new. That Kiwi fella, he's a metal working fool, isn't he? I mean, I watched some of his videos and I said, I could never do that. So, the thing about it is, you could try. I mean, what does it hurt to try? And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try. And it's going to turn out horrible, and I'm prepared for that. But it's leaking water in the car, so I don't care really how it ends up looking, as long as the water stops leaking into the car. And I know, I could just fill it with spray foam and Bondo. But then I would know I did that, and I would feel bad about doing that. So why do that? Why not just try to do the right way? And at least you can, even if it don't turn out good, you can say, well, I gave it the college try. All right, well, that was the air compressor blowing all the dirt out, by the way. A fellow once told me, I said, how do you deal with all, you know, the negative and positive comments here on YouTube? And he said, well, Patrick, if they're liking or they're hating, you're still viewing. So I said, you know what? You're right. Mainly I do this stuff for you guys to see, so that everyone can see, obviously, that you don't have to have a pocket full of money. Throttle plate? Throttle plate? Is that what they call this? I'm gonna try and do this in less than an hour. I know, most of my videos are like an hour long, but I mean, I could miss a lot of things if I don't. I mean, you could miss a lot of things. And then somebody would say, well, I never saw you do that. I never saw me do that either. So, don't feel left out. If at first you don't succeed, try again. But if you don't succeed by the third or fourth try, you should probably give up. Take it to somebody who is gonna succeed. It's gonna run. Don't trust me. Well, do trust me, but don't worry. Don't trust me, actually. I mean, you're not paying me, so stop criticizing is what I'm saying. If you want to criticize, send me a check. Then you can criticize. I'll let you criticize. And you can make checks payable to me. Just so you know. If you got disposable income, you know, you're just trying to get rid of something, I'm here for you. I will help you dispose of that income. Not in the eyes. I'm horrible about in the eyes. It's always shooting into my eyes. every blow off. Jet. We're gonna call that good. That's how we're doing it. When we use that peg thing there, putting it back together, freshened up. I think this is how it all went back together. Am I missing anything? Did I miss something? I may have. We'll find out when it don't run on the car. I took this off. It was on the Monte Carlo when I bought it, and it was leaking something fierce from every orifice. Why buy another one? Besides, this is the Circle Track Master. They had this thing on the Monte Carlo on a 4-barrel intake with the square bore to spread bore adapter, and then the 4-barrel to 2-barrel adapter, and all them gaskets are bad, but it was running. I mean, when you shut it off, it kept feeding fuel, and when it was running, the fuel was, leaking out from around the bowl. It was basically a fire, looking for a flame. So I thought, let's just put it in here. Freshened up. I wonder what all them other things are for. I mean, this is probably the simplest of all Holley carburetors. So, while I was refreshening the Holley, the GoPro battery died. So I finished up, and now we're gonna get in here, and we're gonna take this contraption off, and we're not cutting any wires yet, because who knows if the Holley is gonna work well on there or not. But we are gonna get all this off and away, and try to figure out, if we can make it run maybe a little bit better. So let me grab some tools and we'll start dismantling this junk. Yeah, I guess we're going to start by removing all these vacuum lines and things. Try to clear up some spacages. I don't necessarily want to just get rid of everything right away, because, well, I might need to go back to this. Really, this thing is just, the idle circuits are all clogged up on it, and although it works to run the vehicle, it don't run good. And I'm not dealing with cleaning it out, trying to find the correct kit, in hopes that all this electrical stuff isn't the problem, so we'll just eliminate them. And I started thinking that this is a good little project car, good little fun car for someone who wants to get into, running around with classics, and maybe has a family. So I started thinking maybe we sell this. Maybe we give this car away. Or if I even got the right plate, you know? I thought I did. Well, that's definitely not the right plate. I thought for sure. Well, that's an issue. Did I have that on there wrong? No, it's just wrong. I mean, there's no wrong way. It's just wrong. That kind of shut us down quick right there. Maybe I should have done some checking before I done this. Huh? I know it's gonna fit my Holley, but this pattern is not a good. I got a couple more adapters. Let me go grab some. This is a 2. Let's see if it fits on here anywhere. Well, that's not. I don't understand. I don't. I don't know. Well, we're shut down now. I mean, I don't have an adapter, so this gonna have to do some Googleizational stuff. I'm gonna have to put a rag on there for now. Well, I guess I can just set the carb back over the hole for now. And we can do some tearing up on the roof. Everything doesn't always go as planned. We'll figure that back out momentarily. Let's go ahead and get to the roof. Well, I got the trim off from around the window of the Malibus, and well, let's take a look at it. Ouch. You know, you could only see that before the trim was on there, but that is a lot worse than we had originally thought. Let me try and zoom you down in there. Zoom you down in there. It's horrible. I'm sure I should probably have a better plan than this, but I don't. And I've learned just, you know, cut first and measure second, or something along those lines. But if we don't start cutting, we're never going to do nothing. You know? So we're going to wing it. And one thing I did learn is if you continue to stare at it, nothing gets done. So at least if we cut on it, something's going to get done. But that's kind of what I was thinking, you know? I mean, all I was trying to do, guys, was not fill it, you know, with Instafoam and body filler. Which, I mean, that might be what it comes to. Well, there's my shoddy metal patch. It's horrible, as you can see. I kind of missed this wasn't too bad over here, but I bent, something went wrong here, is what I'm saying. But there's metal in the gaps now, you know. Listen, I never said I was, you know, Kiwi's custom here. I never have that. I never told you I had that metal skill. So, insert laughter. But just listen, let's see what it looks like when we're done. Better than it was. So this episode so far has been a failure. Battery dies while I'm doing the carburetor rebuild, and then my adapter plate is wrong. Great. And well, from here it don't look too bad, right? I mean, from here you're like, hey, fella, you don't have holes there anymore. There's just smaller holes. But I was thinking that maybe we give this car away. Maybe when I'm done and I'm driving, I mean it obviously it's gonna need work, but maybe we just give it away to somebody and let somebody break into the classics with it. You tell me. You type down in the comments there. Would you want to win a project car? Maybe a person would like to, maybe not. I don't know. Well, let me get to the internet and figure out if I can't find the correct adapter. Well, the craziest thing happened. As I was interneting and messing around looking for parts for the Malibu, a fella showed up and, well, offered me an offer I couldn't refuse, and he bought the Malibu. I spent all day messing with it and then sold it. Next, we're actually going to try and take the Monte Carlo to Orlando Speed World for cars and coffee and a little, see what she'll do in the quarter mile. Didn't even get to, I mean, we got it running, right? So that's a win, and, well, the people who bought it love it. So they'll restore it and drive it, and I feel like success. We can't keep them all, although I try to. I guess this ends it, though. I appreciate you guys watching, and just hanging in there. Go down and hit the like button, subscribe, or don't, whatever you want to do. Just keep checking back. Maybe we'll get on the truck now while I try to find something else to buy. It's an addiction. Thanks for watching, and take care.